Welcome to our virtual yoga class. Today I'm soloing, so you'll have to just put up with just me. We've moved into October in 2020. I always swore that I wasn't going to do things that would date stamp these, but there are just a couple of things I wanted to mention today that I think are so important, especially to the population that a lot of us are in. First of all, get your flu vaccination. Be sure and get that, because what we don't need is a widespread flu on top of the coronavirus flu. Now, no vaccine is 100% effective, but there are enough statistics that prove that it does help. Just like masks are not 100% effective, social distancing isn't, almost nothing is 100%. But every little bit that we can do will help everyone. And speaking of every little bit we can do, vote. I'm not getting into who to vote for, but vote. And I would suggest in Washington we have mail-in ballots. If it is possible for you at all, take them to a drop-in box, just to try and relieve some of the strain that's going to go on the postal system and make it all more effective. So maybe in the future, if we show this video again, we can cut that part out, but I just thought I needed to get that off my chest. So anyway, in our last session, before I had to go out of town, we were scheduled to be getting into some of the self-massage based on Chine Song and other different disciplines exercises, and we're going to come and readdress some of that today. But let's go ahead and come to a comfortable seated position and begin to let go of all the things that are going on in the world right now, especially the things that are going on up here. All that chatter, that running around inside your head. Sometimes it feels like we're all chasing our tails. But let's let go of that. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and through the mouth. Usually we breathe in and out through the nose, but once again, in through the nose. And then adding reinforcement or support of one little gentle movement as we do that. Inhale through the nose, chin coming down. Inhale through the nose, coming up. Inhale, bring the head level again. And last movement to add to this as a nice way of fully emptying the lungs. But go ahead and bring your hands gently over your heart center. Inhale, nose. Then interlock your hands, let your head come level. Inhale deeply, and exhaling through the nose, push the palms out. On the inhale, draw the hands to the heart. Wrap your elbows back around your body. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. 2 more times. And then release. And let your arms be down by the side, and slow, fairly small circles going one direction. And after 3 or 4 times, go back the other way. And interlock the hands. Push the palms to the ceiling or any amount, and stay for a few breaths, breathing fully and deeply in and out through the nose, and then release. Good. Come forward on the chair. Nice full breaths. And just notice how much more calm you feel by watching the breath, moving with your breath. Bring the hands over your heart center again. As you inhale, gently twist to the right. As you exhale, back to center. Inhale to the other side. Exhale back to center. Inhale and exhale. Gentle twist. Move from your belly back to center. And bring the hands down. And gently squeeze into fists and extend. Squeeze into fists and extend. Squeeze into fists and extend. Good. Then bring your hand, one hand up, and let your fingers rest gently on the thumb. And don't pull down, but just let the weight gently stretch through this, what we call the webbing of the thumb. And release. Other side, without pulling, just let the weight of the arm gently stretch. And release. Good. Now let your hands drop so that they're slightly bending. And bring the other hand and put it on the back of your hand. And now don't push, but just hold steady. Let your elbow drop. And what we're looking for is a stretch across the back of the wrist, but don't push. It's just letting it gently drop, the elbow drop. And then release. Drop the other hand. Bring onto the back. Gently press. Hold it steady, don't press hard, but let your elbow drop, let that do the stretching. And then release. And bring the hand out, let the fingers rest there, and don't push down, but let the weight of the hand stretch the wrist the opposite direction. Then change sides. Turn the hand a little so you get a little different view. Gently stretch. Then release. Good. Now go ahead and take one hand, and especially if you have arthritis, this could be useful. Take the first 2 fingers in your thumb and just gently hold at the base of the thumb and work that joint a little bit, all the way around. And then do the first finger. And the middle finger. And the ring finger. And finally, the little finger. Change first two fingers and thumb of the other hand, working on the thumb joint. And then first finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Good. Flex and extend when you're done. Shake the hands out. And bring your hands onto the top of your legs and use the heel of your hands. Push down from the thighs to the knees. And just feel that stretch as you're pushing and lengthening the muscles. And you can also make fists and use your knuckles, but if you have some arthritis, that might be a little hard. Also, if you have like a tennis ball or even a can of soup that you can roll and do. When we sit, these these muscles that are in our thighs tend to get really tight. And so this helps us to lengthen those. And then come up and down on the side, the outside of each leg, and the inside. And then release. Good. Now we've worked all around the legs as much as we can easily reach. It's kind of hard to do underneath. Sometime in the future, I can show you something with a ball that you can do down there. But let's extend one leg. Go ahead and flex and extend, flex and extend. And by extend, I mean pointing your toes like you were going to do ballet. And then draw back, bringing the toes towards the nose. It's like you were kicking out through your heel. And then extend, and then draw back. Good. Now, work against bending your knee when you draw in. Keep the leg, you don't have to have it really locked, but don't let the knee bend as you're doing this kind of stretch. And then release. Change sides. Flex and extend. Flex and extend. And then release. Extend the other leg. Start with the toes fairly straight up, draw them back a little bit, and then let your leg move from the hip. Let the whole leg rotate out, then back to center, then rotate in, back to center, rotate out, back, in, back. And then bring everything back to center. And change sides. Flex and extend a little bit. Draw the toes to the nose. Keep the toes drawn in. Try to keep your knee not rigidly locked, but try not to overbend it. And let all the movement come from the hip. In and out. In and out. And then back to center. And extend. Draw the toes to the nose. And hinge at the hips. And exhale and come down. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale down. Inhale up, keep the knee unlocked, but try not to overly bend it as we come down. In and out. And then come down and stay for a few breaths. And release and come up. Change sides. Try to remember about how many times you did on the other side, which I think were about 4. Hinge from the hips, leg relatively straight. And just move to where you're feeling a good stretch. And then come in and stay for a breath and come back up. Shake the legs up. Good. And take some nice full deep breaths. And then let's come up to standing. Good. Have the feet not a lot wider than your hips, but so it feels like that the center of your foot is pretty much under your hip joint. Let your shoulders come back and then drop them and let your shoulders relax. And imagine above you, beautiful sun, one of those October fall days that remind us of summer. And inhale, bring the arms up. Feel like you're gathering that light. And as you exhale, feel like you're pushing the light down. Bend the knees, come down any amount, and push the light into the floor. So it doesn't have to be physically touching your body, and it can be your intention that moves that light down the front of the body. If it's hard for you to bend, you can even keep standing and push it. But if you can bend a bit, next time when you sweep up and grab the breath, push it down the sides of the body. And come up, grab the breath and the light from the sun, push it down again the sides. And this is a tricky one where you have to use your intention to push it. Grab and push it down the back of the body, all the way into the floor. Once again, all the way down through the floor. Good. And come up. Then cup your hand. What you want to do is feel like you're pushing air. And feel like you cup that beautiful air and you push it into the muscles of your arm. Down the top, up the bottom. About 3 or 4 times. And then come to the other side. Feel like you're pushing the energy through the skin all the way into the muscles, into the nerves. About 3 times down the top, up the bottom. Release, and take a moment and feel that nice tingling sensation. And take the fingertips and gently tap. I don't know what that's going to do to the mic, so forgive me if this isn't working. But you're looking for that vibration that can get set up when you find that sweet spot. You can hear it in my voice, is that vibration moves down and helps move the fluids out. That's just using your fingertips. And release. Then make a gentle fist, just a circle, but not tight. Bring the hands around and tap in the low back, that soft part, gently, very gently, stimulating the organs that are down in there. Good. Then make tight fists. And as one of my teachers said, tenderize those hams. Work on those big muscles. And then release. Breathe fully and deeply. Cup the hands and gently push the air into your legs. Down the outside and inside, up the front and back 3 times. And then the other side. And release. Good. Full deep breaths. And let's come back to sitting. Take a few moments and monitor your breath. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Both in and out through your breath, through your nose, the breath flowing up through the nose, down through the throat, all the way down to the sitting bones, and coming back up from the sitting bones. Each breath fuller and deeper and more complete. So we're going to end with a little meditation, affirmation, whatever you'd like to call it. It's like 4 parts, and each time it gets a little shorter as we move to the essence of it. So you're breathing in and out through the nose, and you're thinking to yourself, breathing in stills the mind, breathing out calms the body. Breathe in, still mind. Breathe out, calm body. Still mind, calm body. Still, calm. So once again, breathing in stills the mind. Breathing out calms the body. Breathe in, still mind. Breathe out, calm body. Still mind, calm body. Still, calm. And thank you for joining today. And remember to vote and get your flu shot. Take care of yourself and take care of those you love and all around you.